Amazon has completely and totally failed to get the audience on board for Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, and stop the massive backlash, despite their best efforts. Now, were these efforts focused on, telling an entertaining story, respecting the lore, respecting the world that Tolkien created? Of course not. These efforts were instead incredibly underhanded. Instead, they were focused on gaslighting everybody, including the mainstream media, including the fan base, and deflecting any and all criticism by saying, if you don't like this show, well, it must just be because you're racist. They tried to silence all fans by not allowing you to review this product. They said it was only going to be for 3 days, but then it turned into a week while they tried to fortify Prime Video against all of those trolls out there, and now they're deleting and they're hiding reviews both on their site and on the Amazon-owned IMDb. Oh, what else did they do? Of course, they hired a bunch of people who have no idea what they're talking about, are not Tolkien fans, are not Lord of the Rings fans, to come out there and shill for this before it even came out. We all saw these cringe, ridiculous superfan videos that Amazon was so ashamed of, they had to hide on their own channels because they got roasted. Well, now they're being accused of something very similar to what we've seen from them before, trying to buy fake positive reviews. And can anyone really put it past them at this point? Prime Video accused of buying praise for Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. It would have been so easy, Amazon. If you wanted the fans on board, you should have started from the beginning. When you decided to make this, you decided that you wanted to change Tolkien. You decided that you wanted to bastardize all of these things that happen in Middle-earth, all for the sake of diversity and identity politics. You came out there and said it. The cast and the crew have been bragging about how they've changed Tolkien, quote, for the better. Well, that's very relative, isn't it? And it certainly doesn't seem like the audience is behind you right now. Prime Video and Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power is being accused of buying praise from Tolkien and Lord of the Rings YouTubers and influencers after the show received positive critic reviews despite massive negative reviews from viewers. What else did we see throughout this to get people on board? A few months ago, we saw a lot of Lord of the Rings influencers, if you want to call them that, all of a sudden get taken on a trip to the UK to talk to the showrunners, to get some inside information, to get some goodie bags, to get all these things, all this access. And they all came away saying the exact same thing. It's almost like they had a script. It's almost like it was required for them to say those things. Then they get flown out to the premiere, they get more goodie bags, they get access, and all of them had the same thing to say in their reviews. This is how they've been attempting to stop the backlash, but it hasn't worked so far. And now a pretty big YouTuber who a lot of people respect has essentially revealed that Amazon tried to pay him to shill for it, but when he said he wanted to be honest about it, they ghosted him because, of course, that's not what they want. They don't want honesty. They just want unbridled praise. Not only has the show seen massive negative reviews from viewers, but Amazon announced a change to their review system that was quietly confirmed, a 72-hour delay for all reviews posted to Prime Video. Of course, that changed, didn't it? That changed to an entire week. Now, YouTuber George the Giant Slayer, shout out George, he's been doing great with these Rings of Power videos. Awesome dude. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description below. Please go subscribe to him. He's continuing to grow his channel. Awesome content over there. He first points to the numerous influencers Prime Video used in an attempt to hype the show. This is the super fans videos we talked about, the ones that we roasted, when all they talked about was diversity, when they said, oh, Sauron, I really want to change him. I think I can change him. These freaks, right? That's what these people are. They're not Tolkien fans. They're freaks that know nothing about Lord of the Rings. They were just there to repeat some things, to try to get some people on board. It did not work. They deleted this video from their site or from their YouTube channel. That's how embarrassing it was. Then, of course, what I said, the influencers repeating the same talking points after meeting with the show's showrunners. However, the most damning evidence comes from YouTuber Hello Future Me. Now, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with Hello Future Me, I've been watching his channel probably for about 3 years since he did some awesome videos on the fallout that we saw from Game of Thrones Season 8. And he talks about world building, he talks about writing, things like that. And he was like, the way I would fix the Battle of Winterfell, the way I would fix Daenerys in, Season 8 of Game of Thrones. Those are the videos that turned me onto his channel. He's almost at 1 million subs. Very well-respected dude. No idea what he thinks of any of the culture war stuff, anything like that, but I do know he makes really good content. He posted this. He asked his audience on YouTube. He also asked them on social media because he wanted to get a feel for what they think. Very much respect that. Well, interestingly enough, when he wrote an email back to Amazon to reply about this sponsorship that they wanted him to take, something happened. Let's go to actually his community tab right here. LOL, Amazon ghosted me as soon as I said they couldn't pay me to control what I say about Rings of Power. Not a good look. Genuinely excited for House of the Dragon, though. And this is him posting this, his email. Tim, that's his name. Hey, just checking in to see if you got my email to see your thoughts about the below questions. When you say reviewing, reacting to show titles for Rings of Power, you have put the live date at September 2nd, blah, blah, blah. If I'm to do this, that Amazon has no veto power over what I say in regards to commentary. This will actually make the video more authentic and make my audience more likely to trust my thoughts. Does this work for you? Is it possible to obtain the rights to use clips to opening review the episode, all within bounds of fair use, but without the worry of being copyright claimed? Let me know. So even though they were reached out to him, they wanted to sponsor him, all this stuff, as soon as he says, I have to be honest about it, well, then it's not gonna happen. That's not gonna work for us, hello future me. Sorry about that. We're not even gonna respond to you because they don't want honesty. They have bought off a lot of people with big channels in the Lord of the Rings fandom, in the Tolkien fandom, who, before Rings of Power came out, were very well respected and still have a very big audience because the audience could tell they weren't being genuine. They knew that they were influenced by that premiere trip. They knew they were influenced by this access, by these sponsorships. That is a massive, massive problem when you're on YouTube, when people think you're not being authentic about something. So you have to give a lot of credit to Hello Future Me, to Tim, for calling this out and letting everybody know what's going on. This is what Amazon has been doing behind the scenes. We've been talking about it for months, that they were going to pay people to show for this stuff, that they were going to do their best to stop this backlash. Again, they put in a lot of effort and clearly a lot of money to try to buy these people off, but it hasn't worked. All of their best efforts, and this is the result. People are bashing this and no one's watching it. That's really the big problem for them. They couldn't even get like Disney Plus level of premieres, the Obi-Wan premiere. They are almost looking at She-Hulk type of numbers for the premiere. That's what we're talking about for Rings of Power. That is embarrassingly bad, and on top of that, people just hate this boring show. What do you guys think about this? We have actual evidence now that Amazon attempted to buy people off for praise, but when they said they'd be honest, well, all of a sudden Amazon no longer interested. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my PO box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.